Welcome to Community Watch, and today we're discussing the 61st annual Noon Optimist Pancake Breakfast. Stay tuned. Community Watch starts now.
And welcome to Community Watch. Greg.
Good, Doctor. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. I hope you are.
I am. It seems like it's been a minute since we saw each other.
Well, it has, and even then, it's been primarily virtually. Of course, I know you are traveling the globe, so it's hard to pin you down.
I'm following CDC guidelines.
But I know that this is a show that I was talking to our guests before we started, and I couldn't remember how many of these we have done, but I know we have not done as many as there have been these events, because today we're talking with Noon Optimist Club members about their famous and infamous pancake breakfast. So gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're being joined by Sean Moriarty and David Thornton. Thank you both for being here.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
All right, so what year is this for the pancake breakfast? Do you have 61st. So these pancake breakfasts began before everyone but me was born. That's impressive. That's impressive.
I was one when they started.
Well, I know that we have every year talked about just how remarkable this really huge endeavor is that the Noon Optimists put on every year. And I know we'll talk about that a little bit today, but that's one aspect of this event that has always impressed me is how all of you work so hard to successfully put together this really impressively large event.
I would have to agree, Doc. As me and you both know, the level of commitment from so many people in the Noon Optimist to pull this off, that's impressive. I mean, that's really impressive. You know, when you start doing fundraisers, the hands on the plow can become thin. So it's very impressive the amount of people y'all are able to really come in there and actually participate in this fundraiser.
So I know, David Thornton, you have told me that you are the vice president this year.
Yes,
and I know that's a very critical position to be in for this event. And maybe you could explain why that is for the folks who don't know.
Well, it comes with hazardous duty pay. And my number one job is to make Sean Moriarty look good as the president. And I plan on doing that well. But the thing about the pancake breakfast is the whole thing is the Optimist Club is a friend of you. So when you start like today, we had our awards banquet for all our students of the month. And so when you see the progress and the things that we do with our community, with the youth, it's a very worthwhile program. And I'm going to have to use that Greg talked about. I'm going to have to use that in my sermon about the hands on the plow. I'm going to have to put that in a sermon somewhere. But it is a great opportunity to give back to our community. You know, we all work our jobs. We all do our tasks that's assigned to us. But I think what's important important is what we do other than our jobs that makes our community different. Just like the program that y'all done for so many years, it makes a big difference. And so that's the key thing is Rome Noon Optimist Club pancake breakfast is giving back to our community.
Now, Sean, I gather that you are in the president's role this year. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So for you, this event is really just a relaxing time.
Oh, yeah. Just relaxing, just hanging out, kicking back in the chair, letting David do everything.
Yeah.
No, we're both tackling this together. So, but I'm glad I'm not the VP. I will say that, but we're tackling this together.
We'll go along with what Greg said. Somebody's got to be the mule and somebody's got to crack the whip on the mule. So I guess Sean will be cracking the whip.
Sean, if you don't mind, Doc, and Sean, for those who may not know, exactly what is the Noon Optimist Club? Because I think a lot of people know about the pancake breakfast, but some people may not be aware exactly what the Noon Optimist organization is and primarily what services you provide.
So the Noon Optimist Club, we're part of Optimist International. We're here in Rome. We meet at the Palladium every Monday from 11:45 to 1. And our focus for the Optimists is helping the youth. So we want to help the local youth community. And we do that through doing events like Student of the Month. We do the oratorical contest, essay contest. We also give to different organizations like Open Door Home, Mercy Care Home, Floyd County CASA, Floyd Against Drugs, Restoration Rome. There's a lot of different things that we give back to help the youth in the community.
Well, one that me and Doc are partial to is Foundation Camp. We appreciate the donation we get from the Optimist Club. But I mean, it's when I think about the Optimist Club, I think about like the hidden hand, people that's doing the work behind the scenes that you never really know. Because y'all have quite a few members, but everyone may not know they're members of the Noon Optimist, but y'all do such great work. And I think that's a testament that, people know more probably about your products than they actually may know the members themselves.
Yeah, I think so too. We have a lot of great people. Like I really want to give a shout out to Jan Leonard. She probably keeps our club running, but she doesn't want any praise at all. But there's a lot of them in the club who just grind, do some work, and they don't need the recognition. They don't want the recognition. So if I'm able to give it to them, I would love to do that. So we had Jenny, Jan, there's a whole bunch, Bob Puckett, Bruce Peace, there's go on and on about all the people in our club. Yeah.
One interesting thing is that we're the largest club in the district. We have 100 members, and I believe we hit.
We're at 100 members now. Yes.
Hit 100 members, so we pride ourselves in the optimist realm. We're one of the largest optimist clubs. So I think that's a big attribute to what we do. Along with the other stuff, kind of partial as a chaplain. We do the law enforcement appreciation luncheon and first responders luncheon. So along with being friends of the youth, we're friends of the community, and they're always reaching out into the community to help one another, whether it is Student of the Month, law enforcement, public safety, and just many numerous things that we do, like you said, in funding your program likewise.
Well, if this is the 61st pancake event, how long has the chapter existed before then? I mean, what is the age of the? Do we know? I mean, is it may be before the time calendars began. I mean, I don't know. But,
it's before that, I'm pretty sure. I don't know the exact year.
I think the first guy rode in on a horse and buggy. I'm not sure. I don't really know the answer, but we'll throw that in.
That's good. That's good. But it's so impressive to me that you've been able to maintain an event for that long, because it also seems to me, and Greg, you have more experience with this than I do, but it does seem that after an organization has a fundraising event, after a few years, it begins to lose its, I don't know, its fire or something, and they move on to something else. But that hasn't been the case here, because this is always hugely successful. And if I remember correctly, this is like your one event. A lot of organizations have multiple events, and this is your one fundraiser for the year. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it's our one fundraiser for the year.
Looking at the fundraiser board that we had, and I took a picture of it, but I'm probably safe in saying just community involvement, businesses, associates, and something like that. It looked like that we had almost 100 community involved businesses to help us with it, and they may not be ones that even come by a pancake breakfast ticket, but they contribute to the program and to the need that we are friends of youth, and so we always have a good fundraising arm within the community and businesses that give to this, and that goes back to the 61 years. If you have longevity, then you're doing something right, and I think the key to us being friends of youth in our community and reaching back and reaching forth to the future in our community means a lot.
So if I'm right, I know we're getting short on time, but if I'm correct, based on past shows, so basically the cost to put on the fundraiser cost to Noon Optimist almost nothing, correct? Because of the amount of community partners that you have, that very little cost goes into it for the Noon Optimist itself, which allows you pretty much to profit pretty much just about all of what you take in, and then in turn give it back to the community.
Most definitely. Just like the program today, I mean, when we had Student of the Month, you sat there and listened to these children. One in particular, a young man, who was talking about he's going to be an engineer, and he was Student of the Month from his school. And then you watch the young man from the Georgia School for the Deaf that had the interpreter, and you listen to the stories of the children. And I'd like for Sean, because he probably remember better than us, but we had the oratorical contest. And when you touch on that, this is an interesting story, if you remember better than me, the story about how far she went with this program.
Yeah, we had a girl from Model. She's a freshman at Model, and she entered our oratorical contest. And you can go up from district to region to state to national to international. And she was actually able to get to the international level, where she competed against kids all over the world, and where she's able to get scholarships. That's the first time we've ever had somebody make it to that level. So that was a huge accomplishment for our club, helped put our club on the map just for that. So it was a huge accomplishment for us. She's been still speaking around the area. So that was a huge accomplishment for us. So it's good to see these youth that we highlight. Maybe we can get them some scholarships and just show the youth in our area.
I like to tag on that. Through that program, she earned scholarships all along the way. So through Noon Optimist Club of Rome, she actually built her scholarships for when she goes to college. She's already got these scholarships laid in place, and it's because of the programs that the Optimist Club International does, and that Rome Noon Optimist does here locally. So that's just one of the big success stories I like to share with that.
And I'm sure there are many more that you could share, but that's very impressive. Now we're coming up on a break here in a few seconds. We'll have more conversation when we get back, but we're talking about the Noon Optimist Club pancake breakfast, which is coming up very soon. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this with some more conversation.
I know you've had your moments of doubt and struggle, and I'm here to say I'm proud of you.
And although each one of us may take a different path, may we look back upon today as the moment we stepped into a larger world, a greater world.
You will pass this way but once. Do it right. If ever there was a time to follow your passion and do something that matters to you, now is certainly that time.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're having a conversation with two members of the Noon Optimist Club talking about their upcoming fundraiser event, the famous pancake breakfast. And we're not talking to just any members of the Noon Optimist Club. We're talking to the president, Sean Moriarty, and the vice president, David Thornton. And right before the break, we were talking about not only the great things that your organization is able to accomplish with the money that is raised for this event, things that you're able to do all year, but also how many organizations, individuals from the community participate by donating goods and services for the success of this event. And so in a way, it is time now for the rest of us in the community to do our part by buying tickets. And that way it will be a complete community effort to help you accomplish all the things you want to do this year. So let's get some of those essential details down. The pancake breakfast is traditionally the Saturday before Thanksgiving. Is that still correct?
November the 20th, Saturday, November the 20th, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Civic Center.
All right, and tell us a little bit about the tickets, where they're available, how much they are.
The tickets are advanced available for $7, and for a day of the event, it's $8. Kind of some of the things that I encourage people to do. You say, well, I want to get one for my wife and me, or an interesting thing that I've encouraged people is pick you out a fire department in your neighborhood, and there's fire halls all over Rome, and say, hey, how many guys are going to be working at the fire hall that day, and purchase them and go by and take them a ticket to the fire hall. You can do that with EMS and other ways. So there's, I guess that's the ministry tool in me, giving back or giving to other people. But it's $7 a piece, and don't forget the sausage that we got. We got the sausage sale that's guaranteed to be the best sausage that you'll get in town. And I meant to give one of the coaches today. I meant to give him 2 packs, and we ended up giving him 10 packs. But that's all right. You give and you shall receive. And but there's sausage to give away in the tickets. But I encourage you not only to buy some for yourself, buy some for somebody in the community, because again, everything is going to Friends of the Youth and the program. So you're giving back to your community by buying some for you and for somebody else.
Then on top of that, it's $7 per ticket if you buy it before the event. If you buy it at the event, it's $8 a ticket. So if somebody wants to reach out to somebody you know in the club, or if you want to follow us on Facebook, we have a Noon Optimist Club of Rome page on Facebook, and you can actually message one of us, and somebody will respond. And if you want to buy some tickets, we can help you with that. So I'll go on to Facebook and follow us. Then if you have any questions, we can get you tickets, we can get you sausage. If you have any questions, we can answer those.
Well, Sean, how much is the sausage?
It's $5 a pound.
$5 a pound.
And I know, I'm not a sausage eater, but I buy it and I give it away for Christmas. People say they love it. So, but my question is, if I'm correct, y'all do quite a bit of sales and sausages, don't you?
Yeah, where are we at right now?
Well, he was talking about we're fixing to order our second order, and the Rome Fire Department so graciously has got our trailer stored for us, and So you just let one of us know, we'll go pick it up. But we've already almost went through, Larry was telling us, I don't know the exact amount on it, but we went through our first order, and the whole freezer, it's a huge freezer, was full. So we're fixing to get our second order to pass out. So we'll have plenty. And that's a great, hey, good marketing. That's a great Christmas gift. Give everybody some, you got to make them sausage balls for Christmas, and you couldn't make them without Noon Optimist Club sausage.
I would do my part. But for us, the 100 Black Men of Rome, we've actually made it a part of our mentoring event. So on that Saturday, you know, we usually bring our kids to the Civic Center, and we have breakfast with them. And then once we leave there, we go back, you know, do our mentoring program. So because it's such a staple in the community, we just actually built it into our calendar.
Well, we have one of your outstanding members of 100 Black Men in Rome,
Larry Morrow. Oh, yes, sir. We've already heard.
Larry Morrow and I have refereed many a basketball game together. And I've been up down the court, and Larry go, preacher, don't get fired up, just call the Bible. Larry's a good man, good friend.
Oh, yes, sir. He's already made it clear. You know, hey, you need to get that check cut.
But matter of fact, Larry partnered with me. I was in charge of the law enforcement appreciation luncheon, and Larry partnered with me on that. Done a great job. Anytime I partner with Larry, it's a great opportunity. He's a blessing, been a friend for years.
Now, last year, y'all had a pretty remarkable system because it was a fully takeout event. And I was impressed with that, you know, managing the traffic and the, you know, getting the breakfast out to go. What's the situation this year?
We are doing a drive-through event again this year. We felt that was best. We didn't know the situation, so we decided to go with a drive-through again. And luckily, last year we weren't really, we didn't know how it was going to go. We like, okay, let's do a drive-through the first time ever and see how this event is going to go. But luckily, we have a lot of people like David Thorne who and a lot of other police officers in Rome who can kind of organize traffic and kind of navigate those situations. And we also have a lot of educators, so they were able to kind of get organized and make sure we have a plan in place. So it actually worked out really well. So we're hoping to keep that rolling for this year.
I'd like to give Jerome full credit with the county police. Jerome is over traffic control, and then he even calls in on his radio and lets you know not on the 911 link. I don't want you to worry about that. He calls in on a separate line and lets them know, all right, we got 4 people in this car, and that way they already got it prepped and ready the time you get around the door. And it is pretty efficient. That was one thing that I was doing today that it amazes me. I got a worksheet, and it amazes me that everybody in the Optimist Club says, I want to do this, I want to do this, and the worksheet's filling up very, just left and right. I want to give a shout out to Mike Long, the warden at the county prison, because Mike Long, what he does, which is very, very needful, is he brings a work crew in on Friday and helps set all the grills and everything up, has them ready, and then helps us set up, and then afterwards helps take down. And you don't want to forget, the team you don't want to forget is what we call the sausage dog. Do you have any out there what a sausage dog is? A sausage dog is that guy that gets there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and when he goes home, if he don't run in the house, the dogs in the neighborhood will chase him in the house because he smells like sausage. So the dog will chase him in the house. So we got those guys that get there at 4 in the morning and go over in that grill, and you feed them plenty of coffee and tell them to keep flipping sausage. So we got a great team that just everybody jumps in one way or another and helps out.
Well,
go ahead, Doc.
I was just going to say, I know that you begin serving very early on that day. So I'm surprised 4 o'clock isn't too late to get things going.
Well, they may sneak in earlier than that. I did last year, and I'm not really sure what time I got there because I may have had a little sleep apnea or something on the way to there. I'm not used to 4 a.m. in the morning. I don't deer hunt like I used to. So, but I remember we was all looking at each other, going, "All right, boys, let's get it done." I guess was that the Larry the Cable Guy thing? Get her done. Maybe we need to hang a sign up in there.
Now, do y'all have a clue of actually how many tickets you sell or pancakes you actually serve?
I guess from last year, we were probably around, we were over about 1,000 plates served last year.
I think it's almost 1,200.
Probably about 1,200. So we'll see. I hope we're shooting for about that number again. Hopefully everyone will come out and support the youth in the area. So yeah, it was about 1,200.
And that's tickets, but what about pancakes? Because how many come in? Because I know when when you go there personally, like you can go back and get more. But with the drive-through, do y'all give? You have
yeah,
a
we kind of keep it on there now. We know people are like want to go back for seconds, so we try to keep it on there with pancakes and extra sausage, and we try to do our part to make sure everyone is full with that. And you will be once you finish that plate.
So I can understand that y'all well over probably 2,000 pancakes there, or close to it. If you're doing 1,200 tickets.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So is that the goal then this year, 1,200 tickets?
Yeah, I think,
and we take 1,200 and all of the community support that we used to have, we will definitely take that. And hopefully next year, because I know how everybody likes to sit down and socialize, kind of like a chaplain or preacher. I like to talk, and so I get to talk to all the workers and everything. But it is nice when we can come in and sit down and then make it a social event. And hopefully next year we can do that. But even in turn, it becomes a social event, just working through the line and getting to talk to everybody and the fellowship and knowing that you got a good cause and that you're reaching out to be a friend of the youth means a lot.
Yeah, then we really got to give a shout out for the pancakes to the local companies that help us out, like Southeastern Mills and Kroger, where they really get that event going and help us out. We wouldn't be able to do this event without them. So we always want to make sure they know we appreciate them. Anything,
well, I know
Go ahead.
I get my usual 6 pounds of sausage. Maybe more this year. I don't know, but yeah,
I'm working in increments. I'm working in increments of 10 today. So you're going with 10. If you see me, you're going with 10.
Well, we don't have a lot of time left, so let's cover some of the essential details again. This is going to be on the 20th of November, which is the Saturday before Thanksgiving. And it begins at what time in the morning?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. and we'll go until when?
11 a.m.
11 a.m.
At the Civic Center, look for Jerome Poole's smiling face and he will get you through the line.
And it's $7 for breakfast if you buy the tickets in advance, and $8 that morning.
Correct.
And if you want to buy pounds of sausage, which I highly recommend, they're $5 each.
Yes.
All right. Well, we are about out of time, gentlemen. I wish you great success, and I know that everyone watching the show will be buying their tickets soon too. And thank you for what you do all year.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It was an honor being on the show with both of you.
All right. And thank you for joining us on Community Watch. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
right here. Take charge of your future at GHC. Apply now at highlands.edu.